And now it leads me to my new part of the podcast called Send It Back. Uh, Earlier, I mentioned Illinois and St. John's, how they kind of not stolen the motto of Syracuse. I didn't really mention the Illinois part, but if you go on Illinois' website right now, they have uh, a player of their basketball team that says "Hail to the Orange," and it says Illinois football hail to the Orange out October 8th. Wear orange, and kind of made me raise my eyebrow and say, "Wait a minute, Syracuse is the orange. Yeah, Illinois has orange in their colors. They have had it for a long time, but Syracuse is the orange. Why trying to uh, grab Syracuse orange, dude?" So that's an example of send it back. I'm sending that back. You guys can't have hail to the orange. Syracuse is the orange, so send it back. But really, this thing stemmed from my nephew, my brother telling me that I send food back too often. And I do send food back if it's cold or it's not what I asked for. Like if I ask for a medium burger and I get a well done burger, I'm sending it back and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I definitely take the temperature of the restaurant. Some places you can tell, like if you send food back, it may not have something nice in it on the way back. So I may not do it in every restaurant, but I've done it in a bunch. And so it kind of spurred this whole conversation of like, what do you send back? And it's not just about food, it's just about service in general. Like you send things back. So in the last couple of weeks, I've been explaining this concept to people and they've been giving me all sorts of examples. I'm going to clip this part of the video off as its own entity and the audio off its own entity and hashtag it, send it back, because I'm sure if you're like me or if you've been anywhere in the world, you've had these send it back moments. And mine in the last couple of weeks were a couple. One, I went to a coffee place. I asked for a coffee, a small coffee. They asked me, "Do you want an iced coffee?" And I said, "No, not an iced coffee, a cold brew." I said, "No, I don't really like cold brew. I'm just in the mood for a hot coffee." Okay. It gave me like a look of death almost. And and they're like, how about Americano? I said, "All right, I'll take Americano." They said, "Because our coffee machines are off because we're closing in 15 minutes." I said, "Okay." So she rings me up and it's the price of an Americano. I said, "But you offered me the Americano when I asked for a coffee, so can I have a coffee price?" She said, "Yeah, that's fine." Like, all right, cool, I'm winning. But then uh but then they couldn't figure out how to make the Americano, which is pretty much, hot water and a shot, as far as I'm concerned. I might be wrong on a little bit on that, but it's not a hard drink to make, and they couldn't figure out how to do it. And so, long story short, they had to give me my money back because they had no other options for me. They asked me if I wanted cold brew again. I said no, and they didn't really have any other options except for tea, and I don't want tea either. So that's send it back. You're a coffee place, and you can't make a coffee or Americano, and your only solution is a cold brew. Send it back. I'm done with that place. I was all ready to buy like coffee beans, maybe a shirt. I don't know. I like to support small businesses, but when it comes to a place like that where they're lame and they can't even come up with making a cup of coffee and you're a coffee place, that's a send it back moment. So if you've got an example of something like that in your life, hit me up on social media, send me a message. I want to I want to hear your send it back moment.